Right. In yesterday's class, we have seen some scenarios, especially related to introduction part. What is the DBA role? What type of operations they're going to perform in database administration? They're all we discussed in the last session, yesterday's class. So today, I'm going to work with the next step. That is introduction to the SQL Server, because we are starting course today. Of course, yesterday only course started, but today onwards we are going for remaining things. Let us see the history of SQL Server. Basically, SQL Server is RDBMS database. RDBMS means Relational Database Management System. Actually, RDBMS discovered by Mr. E.F. in the year 1970s. Right? RDBMS is theory. Based upon RDBMS theory, different companies developed their products. Right? So Microsoft developed their product, that is Microsoft SQL Server. So coming to next scenario, SQL Server is product of this now only we discussed, Microsoft Corporation. Like other Microsoft products, SQL Server is user-friendly RDBMS database. Now you can ask question, Suresh, how can you say SQL Server is user-friendly? Because SQL Server, we got graphical user interface tool, GUI tool. So by using that tool, we can complete any task within less amount of time. Of course, especially for database administration, we are going to use GUI. GUI means graphical user interface part. Graphical user interface part of Management Studio. What is Management Studio? We'll see. Mostly today only we are going to work. Coming to next scenario, SQL Server is not case sensitive. What is the meaning of case sensitive? Capital letters, small letters issues. For example, we are going to write programs. Assume that C++, Java kind of, they are case sensitive. Suppose you are going to write 50 lines program, you are starting with capital letter, then you should continue with capital letter up to end. Right? Because that is case sensitive. But coming to SQL Server, it is not case sensitive, it is case insensitive. So now here we can go for capital letters, small letters, even mixing also, no problem. Right? So coming to next scenario, SQL Server is compatible for Windows operating system and the Linux operating system. Okay. Of course, maximum SQL servers will be there on Windows operating system only, but still it is compatible for Linux operating system also. Right. So coming to next scenario, once we look at the history of SQL Server, actually Microsoft introduced SQL Server into market long back, 1994, like that, mostly around that. From there to today, we have, they release different scenarios. So SQL Server 4.0, which was released in the year 1994. From there, continuously they have released 5.0. In the same way, they have released 6.0, 7.0, 8.0. 8.0 is also known as SQL Server 2000. See, listen here. .0, 7.0 in our Indian language, generally we call it as 7.0. But coming to American SN, we have to call it as 7.0, 0, they call it as O, right? Why I'm giving this information, in real time, maximum cases we are going to work with the US clients only, American clients only. So because of that reason, so it's better to learn from something from US Ascent also, right? So now, after that, they have released 9.0 2005 SQL Server, 10.0 2008, 11.0 2012, 12.0 2014, 13.0 2016, 14.0 2017, and they released 15.0 also, that is SQL Server 2019. Of course, now practice purpose, they're going to install SQL Server 2017 or SQL Server 2019 in our laptops only. Okay. Once you enrolled with this training, I'll share download link, software downloads links. In the same way, installation related documents and videos also I'll share. Okay. So coming to next scenario, these are the different versions we have, but still some companies are working with the 2008 to 2012 also, right? So one of our project, I'm working with some New York based company now, our client, healthcare data. In our environment, even our production is also SQL Server 2008 only. Right now, we are working. Still, we are working with SQL Server 2008 environment. So like that. Of course, we are working some servers. We are working with 2019 also. That depends upon client and a lot of other scenarios, right? But anyhow, these are the versions we have in SQL Server. So coming to next scenario, now we have to discuss about editions. Editions means what? Different flavors of the SQL Server. See, we have Enterprise Edition. Enterprise Edition is top-end edition of the SQL Server. I mean, within SQL Server, Enterprise Edition is costliest edition, because Enterprise Edition contains each and every feature of the SQL Server. So for production environment, yesterday we discussed about different servers: development server, QA server, and a production server, right? For production server, we are always going to work with Enterprise Edition only. After that, we have Standard Edition. The major difference between Enterprise Edition and Standard Edition is cost will be reduced. In the same way, features also reduced. Okay. Then we have Developer Edition. So Developer Edition is completely middle range. I mean, middle range means limited cost and limited features also. Generally for development environment and test environment, we are going to use Developer Edition. Right. But remember, even in our resumes also, after finishing training, you are going to prepare our resumes, right? In our resume also, we are going to write you are working with the Enterprise Edition, because you are DBA. As DBA, you are always working with the production only, right? That's why we write it like you are working with Enterprise Edition of the SQL Server only, right? After that, we have Mobile Edition. See, Mobile Edition is especially for developing databases of the mobile applications. In the same way, we have Express Edition also. Express Edition, it is completely, free edition. Directly we can download it from official website of the Microsoft Corporation. But the thing is, you can ask question. So Express Edition is completely free edition. we can go for Express edition, right? Why we are going for Enterprise edition and other editions? Because if you're going for them, you have to pay, right? This is common question, but remember, but like the Express edition contains only basic features. We cannot use Express edition for real-time projects purpose, real-time data storage. That's why forget about Express edition. Even for our practical purpose, we are going to download at least developer edition. At least developer edition from online. We have 6 months validity evaluation edition for SQL Server 2019. We are going to download that edition and we are going to install that into your laptops for practice purpose. Okay, I'll help you in installation also. Don't worry about that. I'll take care of everything. Okay. So these are the things, editions we have, but we are DBAs. We are always working with enterprise edition of the SQL Server only. Of course, remaining editions we are going to do, we are going to use, we are going to work, but still enterprise edition. Remember. So coming to next scenario, now we have to work with next step, that is right. For example, you are going to keep around 3 to 4 years of experience. For example, 4 years means from where 2016 onwards. Now we are into 2020, 2015 onwards. So we are going to keep experience 2014 SQL Server, 2016 SQL Server, 2017 SQL Server, max to max. So remember one thing, your operating system is important. Of course, my laptop Windows 7, your laptop Windows 8, or your laptop Windows 10, right? So Windows 7, Windows 8, these are all client operating systems. Of course, Windows 10 also. Right? In real time, when we are going to install SQL Server, we are not going to use client operating systems. We are going to use server operating systems. Generally, for SQL Server 2012-2014, we can use Windows Server 2012 Enterprise Edition only. That is also Enterprise Edition. Windows Server, not SQL Server. Listen carefully. Listen carefully, please. For SQL Server 2012 or 2014, I mean 2014, generally maximum cases we are going to use operating system Windows Server 2012. So coming to 2016, SQL 2016, 2017, 2019, we are going to use Windows Server 2016. Remember this point also. Suppose you are attending interview, you are working with SQL Server 2017, for example. They are asking you what is your operating system. So as usual, we say like Windows 10. Immediately they can identify you are not real time, you are fake. Because for SQL Server, we are going to use server operating system in real time environment. For client machines, we use client operating systems. But server machine, we should go for server operating system only. So this is a combination. If it is 2012, 2014 SQL Server, we go for Windows Server 2012. If it is SQL Server 2016, 2017, 2019, then we go for Windows Server 2016 operating system. Because these are very important. Really. So now we discuss some scenarios. Next step, okay, right. We installed SQL Server successfully. Okay, fine. After completion of the SQL Server installation, you have to connect to SQL Server. You have to create the databases. You have to work with the databases. But how to connect it to databases? For that, we are going to use tool name is Management Studio. Of course, in shortcut, it is also called as SSMS. SSMS means what? SQL Server Management Studio. In Management Studio, we have different parts. CUI part, Character User Interface. After connecting to Management Studio, you can see new query window. If you go to new query window, there you can work with character user interface. In new query, you can type commands, queries, programs. Then you can go for execution of the commands, queries, programs. No doubt. So after writing commands, queries, programs, we execute them, right? For execution of the commands, queries, programs, you can use execute button or you can use F5, function key F5 from the keyboard also. In the same way, we also have GUI, graphical user interface, but this part is completely filled with navigations only. Navigations means apply, OK, next, cancel kind of buttons will be there. By the end of the navigation, automatically execution will be completed, right? By the end of the navigation, automatically execution will be completed, no doubt. But some scenarios we can go for CUI, some scenarios we can go for GUI. Okay, but we are going to work with character user interface part, graphical user interface part in this training, because in yesterday's class also I mentioned clearly performance tuning troubleshooting. Performance tuning and troubleshooting concept is very important, because in real time we are going to receive maximum tickets related to performance tuning and troubleshooting, right? So there we are going to work with some scripts, real-time scripts. I prepared a lot of scripts, my own custom scripts, my own scripts I prepared. So I'll explain them in this training part and I'll share them to you also. Don't worry about that. Because there is some issue. There is some issue, just assumption. We can find out issue in different ways. We can resolve issue in different ways. Right? That is really important scenario. Here. So coming to next scenario, let us see this practically. How to connect it to. See, for SQL Server 2019, we have to go for SQL Server separate installation and Management Studio separate installation. Remember that point also. This, of course, we will do. Don't worry. Simple task only. Right. So let me connect it to Management Studio. I think old version is there in this laptop 2012 Management Studio. We have other laptop also. There we have latest. Don't worry. They're connecting. Wait, it takes some time. Right. So here, while connecting to Management Studio, open server line, because we are installing SQL Server, then only we are connecting, right? You are installing SQL Server means you will provide some name. Of course, we also call it as instance name. Instance. See that I installed 3 servers in this machine: Kesto1, Kesto2, Kesto3, 3 different servers. I want to connect to Kesto1 server now. Select, connect. See this. This is graphical user interface. Suppose open databases. My database name is Suresh DB. Open database. Open tables. Suppose I want to check employee table. Right? Open employee table. Open columns. Like this. Everything is navigation. In the same way, if you want to go for query, click on new query window. Right. So in this series, you can type commands, queries, programs, right? So then you can go for execution here. See that this is execute button. Okay, this is execute button. Please check it. Or F5 function key F5 also can be used for execution. Right. So regularly we are going to work with Management Studio only. So don't worry about that. But coming to next scenario, now we are going to work with right. So here what happened, I already installed SQL Server in my laptop. So it is completed successfully. After completion of the SQL Server installation, we have to go for post installation checks, POST. But it is post installation checks. So post installation checks, what are the post installation checks are there? Services. We have to check services of SQL Server. See, if you install any software in Windows operating system, then that operating system related services will be created. Okay, so now we are installing SQL Server, means SQL Server related services will be created in the operating system, Windows, no doubt. Right. So coming to next scenario, Ramakrishna, any doubt? Any doubt, Sri Ramakrishna?
No.
Okay. So after services, we have to, after services, we have to check with the error logs. So generally what we feel, error logs means only error messages. That is not correct. Not only error messages, succeed messages, failure messages, warning messages, different types of messages. Different types of messages will be there in error logs. Because you're working in support environment, you received some ticket, you have to resolve the issue. I'm sorry. If you want to resolve issue, before that you should know what is the issue, right? How to find out issue? By using error logs only. In the same way, summary file, we also call it as summary.txt file, text file. See, summary file contains complete information regarding SQL Server installation. For example, you are done with SQL Server installation successfully. After completion of the installation, we will send message to client or manager. It depends upon situation. Suppose you send message to your manager like, hi, I'm done with SQL installation, it's successfully completed, like that. Now your manager is asking you, okay, Suresh, show me evidence. I need complete details of the SQL Server installation. So what to do? We have to type 2 pages email if I want to send complete details. No need to worry about that. No need to type 2 pages email. Right? Because we have summary file. Especially summary file is for SQL Server installation information. Just take copy of the summary file and send it. That's enough. There ends the matter. Okay. Okay, right. So let's see the services. So what are the services will be created? Let me show. Let's go to Windows operating system services. Go to search menu. Search button in the start menu. Services. Type. Go to services. Remember, please. This is This is purely Windows operating system services. Okay, see that. Test1. This is my server service. Test1. This is my agent service, and this is browser service. Okay. Test1, Test2, Test3. I installed 3 different servers in this laptop with the name Test1, Test2, Test3. That's why it is showing Test1, Test2, Test3. So for every server, we will get server service, agent service, mandatory, and we will get browser service. See, browser service is common for all servers. I installed 3 servers there. For all servers, we got only one browser. But every server will get separate server service, separate agent service also. And it must be started. Please check it. Everything is started means working fine. So, but this is Windows operating system services. Let's go to SQL Server services only. After completion of the SQL installation, go to configuration tools. There you can see SQL Server configuration manager. Right. Yes. Here go to services. See that here you can see only SQL Server services. Server service, agent service, browser service. It's better if you want to check services, it's better to go to SQL Server configuration manager only. Okay. This is always better. So next step, how to check error logs. Error logs directly we can go to agent here. Go to my management studio. In management studio only we can check error logs. Right. Here go to SQL Server agent. Open error logs. Right. You can see current error log. Open this. Just click and open. See that here you can see complete error logs related information. Here SQL Server agent is selected. Unselect SQL Server agent and select SQL Server. Right. See that. Please read that. Read it, please.
The screen is not refreshing to me.
To whom Ramakrishna, it is already showing.
It's showing, but services window is showing to me.
Oh.
Santosh
and Manikishore, you are also facing same issue? Because I'm checking audience view also. Audience view is there in
now I am able to configuration.
Yeah, because the problem is not from my end because I mean right now I'm checking from the beginning of the class. I'm checking video quality also. See this here audience view, it is showing fine. So if it is shading there, then only I'm going for explanation. See that. So here we have, I mean, complete information. Of course, error logs. Suppose there is some error, it is clearly showing error. Right? If it succeeds, then it is clearly showing succeed. Right? See that there is some error message selected. Please check it. In the same way, we can also check error logs from operating system, Windows. Because in Windows, we have a tool called as Event Viewer tool. Even by using this tool also, we can do this task. Wait, it is loading, please. It is not SQL Server tool, it is Windows operating system tool. Wait, it is loading. It takes some time. Please wait. Corporate is taking a lot of time. I think a lot of logs are there. I mean, Windows tool means not only SQL Server, Windows and other softwares related logs also there. That's why it is taking time. Viewer is Windows tool, but it also can provide a very good information, no doubt. Very good information. Open application here. See this. This is. Open it. Oh, see it is showing. Okay. You can see your server name there. If you open that, it shows message. What is the message? So this is also good scenario. So suppose error message, Mr.1 server. Something is wrong. Of course, you cannot understand now because you're just in the beginning only, right? You have to make it habit, like working with error logs. Okay. So now next final scenario for today, summary file. Go to C drive because we installed SQL in C drive. Base path, program files, Microsoft SQL Server. It is showing 110. If you are installing SQL Server 2019, you can see 150 folder, 10.5. Sorry, 15.4, not 10.5. I'm really sorry. In that, go to Bootstrap, go to log. Here you can see summary file. Open it. See this. I'm opening file. Wait, I'm opening. Yeah, now it's open. Picture. Complete information regarding SQL Server installation in this laptop. Is it clear? Complete information, no doubt at all. What I installed, when I installed. See, scroll down. You can, if you scroll down, you can see more information. Right? Everything is there here. So this is what the scenario. Okay. So now next step we have to discuss about databases. I will discuss about databases in tomorrow's class. Right. So now tell me, please, if you have any doubts. Manikishore, Santosh, Sri Ramakrishna. Any doubts,
No
please?
doubt.
So beginning classes, no doubts will be there. After finishing 3 to 4 classes, lot of doubts, right? Santosh, you joined half an hour late today, I think.
Yes,
Right,
yeah,
Santosh?
I was joined late.
No problem. But sharp 8 o'clock we are starting class every day. Okay,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Right then.
Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah, please. Tell me, please. Sure.
Could you please record videos also? We have any
Yeah.
miss
I'm
this.
already recording. Yesterday's class recorded. Today's class also recorded. They will share you. But what they do, after enroll, they will share you. Okay, na?
Okay, sir. Okay,
Mostly
sir.
tomorrow they will
Okay.
share you. And tomorrow, please connect by 8 o'clock, right? Kishore,
Okay, sir.
Santosh, and Ramakrishna. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then. See you tomorrow. See you tomorrow 8 o'clock in the morning. Bye.
Okay.
Yeah,
Bye.
Bye, sir.